Hello, hello, my black and white brothers. Welcome to my channel. I am Alpha Anime, and this is What If Deku Never Went to UA Part 3. So let's get into it. Where we left off, they have attacked the USJ, and they just attacked the USJ, and they had failed to kill All Might, and so All Might still has a little bit of one for all, the little bit that he had at the beginning. So yeah, he has also given one for all to Mirio, because I forgot to say it in the last video. Yeah, so so now we're going on to the going on to the tournament arc. So, all of this stuff happens. Todoroki gets first in the race. He keeps his he keeps his 1 million point headband, and he's in first place. And Bakugo keeps being in second, which is pissing him off, which keeps continuously pissing him off. And then, so the tournament arc has started. The tournament arc has started, and then I just need to skip all those parts because they're not going to be important to the story just yet. So, yeah, that happens. So it's now on to the 1v1s. The people that are there are Tokoyami, Momo, Shinso, Bakugo, and Todoroki. Yeah, and Kirishima, and Tetsu, and that vine-haired girl. Yeah. So let's cut back to Deku and the villains. By now, they have enlisted the help of Toga, and Dabi. So yeah. Wait, no, not yet. Because they haven't found Stain and stuff. That stuff hasn't happened yet. So yeah, so that's what's going on. Deku, so now they're just talking about what they're gonna do next. So Deku brings up the idea: the UA Sports Festival is going on now. Why don't we show up and have a little party to introduce ourselves again? I'm sure that they're missing us. Shigaraki smiles at this and says, "It would be fun to terrorize them once again." All for one, not says that's a good idea, Izuku. So gear up and get ready. But first, before you do that, we need a plan of what we're gonna do since heroes are basically surrounding the place. They say, Kurogiri. Deku brings up the idea that, Kurogiri could just put portals under all the heroes as soon as they get there to teleport them across the city, so they don't have enough time to get there while we're destroying the place. Kurogiri nods his head, and then they say, "Alright, go gear up. This is gonna be a party, but I'm not gonna be part of it just yet. There's gonna be one more thing, and then I'm gonna be able to raid the place." All Might won't even see it coming. Everyone nods their heads and starts getting ready. This time they go with they go with 4 Nomus. They go with 4 low-end Nomus so they're ready to attack the place and destroy the place and stuff like that. Izuku teleports there first, right when the battle between Bakugo and Todoroki is happening. As soon as Midnight says go, Deku teleports in and knocks her out because he knows that her knockout gas could be very annoying. Then he says, "Kurogiri, now!" He then proceeds to teleport all the heroes out of there. When that happens, then he also teleports the Nomus in, saying, we have invited ourselves to this amazing occasion just to show our just to show you what fear really is. Bakugo and Todoroki are very mad because they were just about to start the main event of the New Sports Festival. Then now they have to deal with these guys again, which they thought that they were done with. So when they teleport in, Deku immediately heads to Bakugo, saying, "Oh, we didn't finish our talk last time. Ready for round two?" Then Bakugo immediately just tries to. Oh my God, Discord, not the time. I've dealt with it. So as soon as that Bakugo tries to immediately send calendar impacts to take Deku out as soon as possible. But as soon as he's in the air, Deku teleports up there saying, "Oh, no, 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 no. I don't think that you would want to do that." Doing a backflip, kicking Bakugo in the face, and that making him go really high. Then Deku teleports up there and kicks him to the ground, not knocking him out, but wounding him. Todoroki then instantly tries to send a gigantic ice blast at Deku, but then teleports behind him. He teleports in front of him and uses pressure points on his right leg. His right leg and his right arm, taking out his ice power, saying, "Oh, if you wanna go against me, you're probably gonna have to use your full power, not doing your half nonsense." Kicking Todoroki out of the ring. So right now, Todoroki's pressure points have been touched, so his right arm and his right leg aren't going to be functional for a little bit. Then he starts walking slowly up to Bakugo. Bakugo tries to send a gigantic explosion to him, which Deku easily teleports to the side, saying, "That's not gonna work on me anymore, Bakugo. I may have been frail and weak before, but let's just say things change." By now, most of the students are really tired because they've been having to do a lot of events. So not many of them could go up and fight, except Tokoyami and Momo. Yeah. So Momo heads up saying, "Get away from Bakugo." Then she makes a cannon and shoots it at Deku. Deku just teleports right in front of the cannonball before it was about to hit it. So he starts walking towards Momo this time, taking his focus off Bakugo. He starts walking slowly towards her. She keeps firing stuff at him. It doesn't work. She creates she creates a gun and starts shooting, no, a laser, and starts shooting him. But he says no. That would have been very troublesome if I couldn't do this. Teleporting right behind her, taking out all of her limbs. So now she can't move. Then he says, "Tisk, tisk, tisk. I don't like hitting women, but I'll make an exception." Kicking her in the face, knocking Momo out. Now Tokoyami and Bakugo are left, since for some reason Todoroki is too stubborn to use his fire. Then before that, now Bakugo is back on his feet and says, "Well, you may have a good quirk, but I'll never lose to you, Deku." And he starts blasting towards him. But Deku easily just teleports on Bakugo's back because he can, while he's while he was trying to blast himself towards Deku. Then he then steps on Bakugo's head, which makes Bakugo go face first into the pavement, which should scar him for life, but anime logic says otherwise. Well, when that happens, Tokoyami comes up and shoots Dark Shadow towards Deku. Deku doesn't notice him in time, so he gets hit really hard by Dark Shadow, getting sent into the wall. which makes him very fatigued because he hasn't been hit yet. He says, "Oh my gosh, someone has finally been able to hit me. Good job, Tokoyami." And then some anime logic says he knows all of their names because I don't know how to make it so he doesn't know their names anymore. So Tokoyami starts sending Dark Shadow again, but then Deku starts teleporting from side to side and then he starts running towards Dark Shadow. Then as soon as he gets there, he says, "Psych!" He jumps over Dark Shadow. Dark Shadow tries to go after him, but then he teleports right to Tokoyami, which catches him off guard. Then he kicks him in the head. And then he starts wailing on him, punching him in the stomach, punching him in the face. Then he finally grabs Tokoyami by his shirt, teleports up to the top of the stadium, and kicks him off the roof. Tokoyami falls to the floor, completely knocked out because he's still alive. He's just gravely wounded. Then Deku says, "Now that that's over," he then teleports to the ground and starts walking towards Bakugo, who is at this point so fatigued and wounded that all he can do is watch at this point as Deku walks up and starts no he does and kicks and starts kicking him around. He just kicks him into the wall, kicks him onto the ground, kicks him everywhere. Then Kirishima says, get away from him. What you're doing is so not manly." And then by the time that happened, Deku had just turned around and Kirishima had punched him in the back of the head, which almost knocked Deku out since Kirishima's hardening is very, very strong. Yeah. And by the way, at this point, Shigaraki and the Nomus and Kyogiri aren't doing much because Deku said he wanted to take the class out himself. So at this point, Bakugo just knocked out. There's nothing he could have done at this point. So now Deku goes over to Kirishima and starts a fight with him. He can't use the pressure points because Kirishima's hardening stops him from being able to touch the pressure points far enough. As soon then Kirishima punches him in the face really hard, which makes Deku spits out blood. Then he says, "Wow, someone who could actually step to me with a good quirk. This is going to be fun." And that's where I'm going to leave the video off, people. This video, I'm sorry if this video is a little bit short. I'm just very tired at this moment in time. It's pretty late, actually. So that's why I just wanted to get a video out because I want to have a consistent video schedule. So, goodbye.